everybody, welcome back for another video. You can see by what I have on my tabletop today, we're going to be talking about watercolors. This is an old Dollar Tree container that I store some art supplies on. We used to use this in the refrigerator. We would put like fruit and veggies and pull them out, but when we got a new refrigerator, it doesn't fit in there, so it became a art supply container, and it's like covered in art supply stuff now. But you know how I have those Sterilite bin that held those traveler's notebooks? Well, I also have one that holds, this one has some colored pencils, has some Prismacolor, some Faber-Castell. It has, this is my favorite white pen. It is the Jelly Roll, and this one is, they call the 10. It has like a number 10 on it, and it's like the boldest one that they have. This is the one that works the best for me. So I have that stuff there, but if you look a little closer, you see these are the boxes that go for those watercolors. I've got lots and lots of watercolors here. This is the thing that started it all. Let me set that on the floor. And these two. So, the very first watercolor palette I got when I was watching Courtney Diaz, and I think even Ali Brown had this, and a couple of others. This is actually the second one of these. See how clean it looks? Back in 2013, Lila's here with us. I started doing watercolors because, you know, everybody in the planner community was doing watercolors, and here it is. So this is the Artist Loft, the Michaels one, and it's the second of these I've had. It came with a very lousy brush. So the first thing I did was to get some aqua brushes. And like, this was one of the very first aqua brushes I got. This is like a replacement of a replacement of a replacement. And I really didn't know what I was doing with watercolors, and so I was just putting, you know, if I wanted to put, I didn't paint the white, I started here with this yellow, but if I wanted just some yellow on the page, I put yellow on the page. Now, these tended to be chalky, or at least I remember them being chalky. And I think if you have enough water, they aren't. Like, these are doing fine on this paper. As you saw, it was just Arteza paper. But these were the first watercolors I got. And I use them so much, like, you can see some of the colors that I tend to use. Those had hit rock bottom on the other pan. And I ended up giving that to one of my nieces. And so I bought a replacement, and that happened with them all. And, you know, I still have these. And I don't know why I still have them. I don't use them at all. But I still have them. Now, so that was the first set of watercolors I got. Then I remember seeing a video that Jennifer Harvey from Chic Sparrow and Ali Brown from Ali Brown, of course, and they were talking about Prang watercolors. And I remembered using these as a kid. They're similar to the Crayola, but a lot better. And so They come as an 8 set, and then they come as a 16 set. And you know, this just gives you your basic colors, and this gives you more warms and cools. And there actually is a gentleman on YouTube that does tutorials using this kit right here. This is a newer version of this. I had this and I couldn't find it, and so I wanted to try something with the watercolors. And I mean, these are only like $3 to $5. The double set is like 8 to 10. So it's, you know, they're not like you're breaking the bank. And so I bought a new set, and so that's why you see they're slightly different. But one thing that's really nice about these is you can buy replacements, and you're thinking, what? So if you have this type, not this type, you'll see the pans come out. So you can like reorder these any way you want. And see, I kind of got like cools and warms, but they all come out. And I did swatch these. So this is the 8 set, and this is the 16 set. Then the next set of watercolors I got after that were these. This little 12 set of the Kuretake Gansai Tambi. Here's the little paperwork. Comes with white, black. It says scarlet red. Which one is that? Number 31. Scarlet red, red, wine red, lemon yellow. This is mid green. This is green, but it's kind of more like an emerald. Then there's blue, deep blue, light brown, brown, kind of like a yellow ochre and like a raw burnt sienna. So those were the next set of colors that I got. And you can see them here. And these are really big pans. And here, I'll take one of the greens. So it even says on the bottom, it says number 53, and that's mid green. It has the kanji for it. You can see they're huge, huge pans. And you will see that they do tend to curl. That's just as they dry out, but they still work, and they're still wonderful colors. These I did last week, so you can see the different colors. So, and I just use this little plastic inlay as kind of like a mixing tray, because they do come in this cardboard box. They do have so many more colors than this. They've got a beautiful pastel set now, and so many others. I just keep this little elastic on it to keep it together. Then after those, I ended up buying the Jane Davenport, which I don't have anymore. I used them all up, but at that same time, I was also buying these, the Prima. And these colors, the Prima, this is the classic set, and you'll notice these are the same colors as some of the ones, like this green in Jane Davenport is called Jiminy. I forget what she calls the bright pink, but these are the same colors that are in the Jane Davenport because they're made by Mungyo. So I had all 3 palettes by Jane Davenport, And here you can see the Prima. And I had a couple of other palettes, but this is the only one that I still have left. I think I gave those away, but I held on to this one. Why? I don't know why. So there's that. Let's see what else I have. Oh, that's all I have swatched. But then the next set of watercolors I went with was this right here. And I should have stopped here. This is the St. Petersburg watercolors. They're a professional set. You can see some I've used quite a bit. And this is just some of the ones I have. I first got it as a 24 set, and then I bought individual whole pans, and these are whole pans. Here, if I can pull one out, they get kind of sticky. Here you are. You can see it's a whole pan. Like this one is Tibetan red. It's a really pretty color. This one is geranium red. It's a really pretty one too. But these are swatched here, and you can see which kind of colors I tend to get drawn to. But this thing, yes, it's removable, but this really isn't very travel friendly because it's whole pans and it has 36. So what we have, I got after this is I decided to get, they had a little 12-pack travel palette. And that's what this is. And they started coming out with other colors. So there's the first 12-pack. They started coming out with other colors. Remember when like Daniel Smith started coming out with these lavenders and lilacs and those really pretty candied colors? Well, so did St. Petersburg, so I got those. Then they started creating other little palettes. I know I've got another one. So these are those fun pastels. This is basically just your standard palette, which I've used quite a bit. But then they started coming out with other little palettes. They started to release their own little tins, and I wanted to get a purple tin. So it's basically the same thing as this. It might have like one different color in it. And there it is. Basically the same thing. So I got that. And then they started putting their colors into these little boxes. And this one is the botanicals. Since I tend to paint and draw a lot of botanicals, I got this palette. And it's a beautiful set of colors. There's a couple of different ones in here, like it has a quinacridone violet and like a really pretty madder like red light. They've got geranium in there, but they got a quinacridone rose that's really beautiful and like a nice orange. And so I got that, but they released another one because I've been wanting to plein air for a long time. They created this other palette called Gorutska. Oh wait, that's the Russian side. Urban Landscape. So it's basically an urban landscape set. So it has some of all of the others, and it's like, not like I don't have these colors, but you can see this one I've swatched in one of my books, and that's all I've ever done with it. But you can see it's got some, and it has cadmium, so they usually come with a warning, because it's got cadmium yellow, medium, cadmium red light, beautiful cobalt blue, ultramarine deep, They're Payne's Gray, Van Dyke Brown, Emerald Green is the only green in here, but you have all of these blues and yellowish colors that you can, you know, use to make wonderful greens, or taking the emerald green and mixing a little Van Dyke Brown into it, or the emerald green with the ochre or red ochre. And the red ochre is just really beautiful. That's this one right here. And the golden deep is kind of like a quinacridone gold, but a little bit more thicker. So I got all of those. And then, like, you know, the war started happening between Russia and the Ukraine. And so I felt, I don't know why, I felt guilty. I've had these way before that happened. And so I decided to get, this is a Rosa Art Gallery tin. And I don't have them in there. Where are they? Oh. No. I had them in a tin. There's a couple in here. These are this Chinese set. These, minus those 4, 5, 6. This is this Chinese set with my Rosa Gallery. But I have another tin somewhere of Rosa Gallery. I don't know where. I have too many watercolors. Ah, I think this is them. Yes, this is my Rosa Gallery set, and I do have a couple right here. These are 1, 2, 3. Those are St. Petersburg. Actually, what I should do, I bought some individual pans, and then I bought like a 24 set. And I just have all these little tins for watercolors. But I wanted to, where were they? Oh, they were in here. We're gonna put these in here because they're this brand. So you can see, and this isn't even all of them. I have, so there's the Rosa watercolors. Oh, I had another, this vintage pastel set by, what's that called? Prima, which are Mangyo. And I ended up getting the Zen Arts. And these are made by the Phoenix Company, which makes the, oh, what's that brand? Winsor Newton Cotman. So the, oh, there's the vintage. And I have like 4 little palettes of these. And so here's like, there's almost 2 in here and almost 2 in here. And then I've got like a few extras that are the same colors that, you know, I don't need doubles in here. So there's the Zen Arts. And then I ended up getting this, the Niji, which is made by the exact same company. And you'll see it's the same as the Zen Arts or the Winsor Newton Cotman, because Phoenix makes the Winsor Newton Cotman. And these are interesting watercolors. These are the Inktense Paint Pocket Set. These are interesting because like it says, they're an ink tense. So they go down, and once they dry and there isn't like any extra, they become almost immovable. They might move just a little bit. Some colors move more than others. But if you want to put a background layer, these are really good, because then you can add other watercolors on top, and only these will move. These will stay permanent. And then, I don't know, I decided these I'd had for a long time. And I bought this set of glitter when everybody was buying those hydrocolors and those handmade watercolors on Etsy. They did not fit into my budget. Let's just put it that way. I'm a classical musician. I do not have the budget for that. So I got these to try, and they're fun. I don't really do much with them. I do have a palette of Zen Arts glitter watercolors somewhere, and yeah, these might become a gift to my niece. I think that's all of my watercolors. Here's the other two Zen Arts sets. Let's see what's in here. Oh, these two right here. This is a Rosa Gallery, and that's Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold, like the real stuff. I'm gonna take those out of there. These are just some leftovers from two sets, from the classics and from this, the Vista set. And then the other one I have, I don't think there's much in here. Yeah, just a empty tin now. So you can see it isn't just traveler's notebooks that John tends to buy a lot of. So I've been trying to figure out, what do I do with all this stuff? Like, yes, the glitter watercolors, give to my niece. I think this is empty. Yeah, this is empty. It's a nice Rosa watercolor tin. This is a tin that I had made my own little palette that I used for a while. This is a tin that I thought I was going to use, and I think I had my Rosa in here for a while. But then I got too many, and I had to put them in here. As you can see, they use like a gummy. I think what I'm gonna do with this, because this is a quinacridone, or a yellow ochre. Oh, that's right, I have them held down with that poster putty tape in order to keep some of them from. So what I've been thinking of doing was getting rid of all my watercolors except for the St. Petersburg, the Rosa, and this one I can't get out. St. Petersburg, Rosa, and maybe the Zen Arts, because I don't need 500 you know, watercolors. I don't use the Derwent. The only time I've ever used the Derwent was when I was doing a tutorial by Lindsay the Frugal Crafter, and she used them. So this has my Zen Arts. You'll see I used, I wonder. No, it doesn't fit. I was wondering a good way to store these extra few that are just doubles. So what you can do is just use this poster putty. If you're having trouble with them moving around in your little tin. And this is the, and then some of them I put little magnets on. So maybe we could. Let's see, I don't know if I'm going to keep these. And there's 2 Daniel Smiths in here. I forget what she called this one. Duochrome blue and Prussian blue. Daniel Smith, really pretty colors. And these are really nice, the Owen watercolors. They're really nice. I used them a bit. I think they're better than the Zen Arts, actually. And you can see I actually have the Daniel Smith Quinn Gold, Daniel Smith New Gamboge, Daniel Smith Moon Glow. I have the sticks of those. And then Prussian Blue, and this is the Duochrome. It's kind of glittery. It's a nice little palette. The thing is, I haven't used it in 2 years. You know what I mean? It's a nice palette. I haven't used it in 2 years. So I was thinking, if I was to dwindle down my collection, because I have way too much. Oh, and here's this little 6-pack of these glitters. These I will keep. I just got them and I've been using them. This one, the, what brand is this? The Rosa, I would keep. Put my Daniel Smith in there. Okay, so that I'm gonna keep. The St. Petersburg, I'm gonna keep. The St. Petersburg, I'm gonna keep. St. Petersburg, I'm gonna keep. This little tin, I'm gonna keep. And these are St. Petersburg too. I'm gonna keep. See, that's a ochre light, and this one says yellow ochre. They're almost exactly the same. And this one's golden deep. The vintage pastels, I'm gonna get rid of. The classics, I'm gonna get rid of. The Prang, I'm gonna get rid of. The Little Artist Loft, I'm gonna get rid of. Would anybody want the Kuretake? I don't use them. What's interesting about them is they feel kind of like a gouache. They feel like a gouache. So I'm gonna get rid of those. This is a wonderful pencil set. It's the landscape set. When I go to my parents', this is in Ohio, to their property. This is one of the sets I take. I take these as my Derwent drawing pencils. These are really nice. This set, I don't have the original box it came in because it was a cheap Chinese made tin. This is better. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Owens. I don't use them. I'm gonna get rid of the Derwent. These are the glitter. I'm gonna get rid of the glitter. I don't really do much with glitter. This actually has been a good video for me, because it's making me really think about what I have, what I use, what I don't use. I'm gonna keep for now the Zen Arts, because the Zen Arts and the Niji. My better quality will be my St. Petersburg and my Rosa, and then my play around with paints will be these 3 palettes. I want to keep these, but I don't have anything that they'll fit in by themselves. What we can do is, so you can see I used this one for the Rosa because that golden. So what you do is you take the little poster putty, and I think this is like Gorilla poster putty, and then all I would do is stick it in and see how they stay. They haven't fallen out. And so what we have left in here is an empty tin, something I think everybody should have. This is brush cleaner. It's really good for your brushes, whether you're using watercolor, acrylic, oil. It really is good for cleaning your brushes. And then I have that one that has just a few. What if I do that? What if I put it in there? They might fit. This is a cute little Moderna palette. There's one. Let's take that back off. 2. Because they're so similar. This is a cobalt blue. And you'll see with these, I actually have magnets on them. What I can do is put that in there. There we go. So it's like an extra tin that I don't really need. Put that putty in there. So I'm gonna keep this. This is an empty tin I'm gonna keep because these all go together. There's one. So this has been quite helpful for me. Those are the glitter, aren't they? Yep. So we've narrowed it down. I know I still have a lot. I've narrowed it down. What I'm keeping, it's kind of hard with the kitty here. Those are empty tins. So what is leaving? So this is the stuff here that's leaving. The Primas, the Derwent, the glitter, that Owen set, the Kuretake, the Artist Loft, and the Prang. Let's put these all in that big box that I have. It's a lot of watercolors. No one needs this many watercolors. And then what is staying? For right now, the two Zen sets that I use, the Niji that I use. This has actually started to become my travel palette, which I might change that up. My St. Petersburg, all of these. I have them. They're incredibly wonderful watercolors. I should keep them and use them. This little kit, these are St. Petersburg as well. And then these are the Rosa Gallery in this big bin. So I did narrow it down quite a bit. This video has been very helpful for me, just to kind of help organize my thoughts. I have, as you can see, way too much stuff. It kind of fits. And it might be kind of nice to have this palette be my art cart palette. I can fit it on one of the trays, you know, those IKEA type carts. I mean, I just love these watercolors. And I remember when I first discovered St. Petersburg watercolors when I was, you know, everybody was using Daniel Smith, and Daniel Smith are really expensive, and I didn't have the funds for that, but I had the money for this. And it felt kind of nice to be using something that not everybody was using. I tend to be that way, I'm sure you've noticed. Once something becomes a fad after I've been using it for a while, I stop using it. Oh, and this is such a beautiful color up here. Did I label it? Venetian purple. Yes, that is this right here. It's kind of like a deep wine color. It is a gorgeous color. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. These are gonna be the ones that I set by my desk to use, because, like, look at this palette. You've got your more traditional colors, and you've got your earthy tones, and these beautiful shades of purples and pinks, and look at that beautiful, I think that's sap green. It's one I bought separate that I've really used a lot of. Yeah, sap green. I don't know how I'm gonna replace it, because it's such a beautiful color. Actually, I might have it in one of those travel palettes. So that's today's video. Kind of me trying to organize my thoughts about all of this stuff that I have. You know, like these Prima don't compare at all to the St. Petersburg. And here are the Kuretake. They're really nice paints, but if someone here wants them, well, let's hook up. Send me a message. These are the Prang. It's time for those to go. This is the Artist Loft. It's time for those to go. You can see they've got a lot of filler and binder in them. And then these are just some silly things I was playing around with on this multimedia paper. I'm not sure what's on this one. Yeah. These circles were done with the Prang watercolors. Oh, I finished my sketchbook. You know, I had one page left. I did some cacti and colored them in. So everything in here is done. I used some glitter on that, especially on the little tree. So we are starting a new sketchbook. It's kind of nice to see. So there we are. Oh, I want to tempt you with this. Think next month. there we are. I hope you enjoyed this weird look through my watercolors. I've enjoyed it because it's helped me decide what I really need to keep and what I don't. And I was even thinking with the Zen Arts, I might even only keep one of those tins. The one that I use, the other I don't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'll probably just keep the one. If I was to keep any of them, it'd be the one that had those. But I don't think it's this palette. This is the palette I would let go. It's like more of your traditional palette. Yeah. The other one I would keep. So, there we are. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. I've created a new little channel intro. Tell me what you think about it. I know it has nothing to do with the watercolors, but it's just something that I wanted to spend time creating when I was at home the other day. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.